doing Shakespeare's Pericles. We'll call it the Adventures of Pericles. It's honestly a lesser known play of Shakespeare's, but it's very exciting. It's kind of like the Odyssey by Homer. He goes on these adventures through the Mediterranean, and he was a mythic Greek character from back in those days and the epic days. And so Shakespeare is attributed to have written the last 3 acts of the play. And I saw a production of this 5 years ago up at the Stratford Festival in Ontario, and it was awesome. I love it. It's a story of perseverance. It's a story of providence, and how those two things work together. The other idea that we had back in October was to do the play literally on the splash pad. The splash pad, of course, are the fountains that come up out of the ground that kids play in, and there's a water wall that kids play on. We are going to do the play right there. Water is a huge theme in this play as he goes from island to island, hopping around the Mediterranean, trying to pull his life together. And we're going to take full advantage of it. In fact, we've got this quirky concept behind it. My actors are not people; they're sea creatures coming back to the surface to do this special story for us mortals, to tell them how important providence and perseverance are. That's kind of the conceptual part of this, but it's a lot of fun, and it's a great adventure story. We've got 2 shipwrecks, we've got pirates, we've got a threat to an innocent young woman, and of course she's stronger than any threat, and we discover that at the end. And we've got a wonderful, wonderful reunion of a man who thought he lost his daughter and his wife, but at the very end discovers that they're still alive, and they come back together through his own perseverance. And so it's an exciting piece. We're thrilled. We hope you can come. It's on June 21st, Friday, and runs Friday through Monday, which originally 3 years ago when we went to that arrangement, we thought that might not work, but it seems to work really, really well. But I would remind folks to come, bring a chair, bring folding chairs, and come sit down there on the concrete on the sides. We timed the opening of the show to 8 o'clock so that the sun is down below the buildings at that time. You won't be baking so much, and there's going to be a lot of water, and we're going to have a lot of fun. In fact, there's a tournament of knights in the second act of the play, and the plan right now is for them, instead of jousting or fighting with swords, is for them to be using super soakers to go after each other. So we've got a lot of crazy ideas. We're going to have an awful lot of fun. And I've got a terrific cast, absolutely terrific cast. And some of our old standards that have been around for a long time. Joey Opperman is in the show, and he always adds a really wonderful kind of seasoning to the roles he plays. Also, Charles Yates is in the show, was a student here at Anderson University about 20 years ago. Got a whole host of high school kids and university kids from here in our program. We hope people can come. It's a free event, 8 o'clock, June 21 through 24, The Adventures of Pericles at the Wren Park.
And Anderson's turned out pretty well for Shakespeare.
Anderson, we have been blessed. These shows have been terrific. We started 5 years ago with Midsummer Night's Dream, and followed that with Much Ado About Nothing, and then Taming of the Shrew. Last year, my colleague Rob Homer Drummond directed Hamlet, and we're moving on with Pericles this year. So I think we've got a real good following. It's exciting. It's unlike anything else the city does down there, and the city loves us because people come, and then people tell the city that this is a great thing for them to be sponsoring, and so it's really kind of a win.